Now, I used to think if I wasn't doing everything perfectly, I was absolutely failing. But I've chosen to embrace peace over perfection because perfection is overrated. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Dee, and welcome back to Thoughts with Dee. And today we are talking about how we're going to learn how to embrace peace over perfection. Now, I'm going to say perfectionism needs to be a disability because I promise you, trying to be perfect will have you literally unable to function or move. Now, I've had moments where my perfectionism has gotten the best of me and I've not been able to do what I should do. Number one, content, because I used to be like, oh my God, everybody's content is so perfect. It's so bright. You can see everything. You can see everybody. Yeah, sometimes people just want to see what you're going to put out, what you're going to talk about, because you may say anything off the wall. And you got to learn how to, roll with the flow of things, because everything's not going to be perfect. Nothing is perfect now that I stop and think about it, except for some good food. Yeah, that'd be perfect. I mean, even with me in my entrepreneurship, I used to be like, oh, my website has to be perfect. Every graphic, every design has to be perfect. And yeah, they can look great. They can look amazing. They can look like what my customers want them to look like, because this is not designs I'm designing for myself. But it's just that I was trying to make it perfect because I was like, if it's not perfect, people aren't going to like it. People aren't going to buy. People aren't going to want to patron my business because of this. Well, that was a little dumb, because when you stop and think about it, honestly, these people are not perfect. They're coming to you for help because they know they're not perfect. But I'm sitting here holding myself to this impossible standard that perfectionism will have you in a chokehold with, because perfectionism is dumb. Again, perfection is overrated. I have watched content from creators that is less than perfect, has horrible lighting, but what they were saying was, and I was here for it. And I mean, honestly, perfectionism has you in such a emotional upheaval. You're second guessing yourself all the time. And I mean, it's awful when you start second guessing yourself, because you start to doubt yourself. You start to doubt your instincts. And it's just crazy. And I mean, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. So now you're second guessing yourself. And then here comes perfectionist or perfectionism's cousin, imposter syndrome. That thing will have you believing that you are a slug on the ground. Because imposter syndrome, if you don't know, is just going to make you feel like, oh, I can't do this because somebody else, for me, I was like, I can't do this because somebody else does it better. But they may do it better in their own way, but I do it the best in my way. And then perfectionism's other cousin, well, actually, this is perfectionism's sister, fear of failure. That thing is hard. When you get them three together, it's a never-ending cycle of, I can't do this, I shouldn't be doing this, I'm just going to watch other people do it. Babes, let me tell you, kick them to the curb. We got to go. Because perfectionism is only going to do one thing, cause you not to do. And we got things to do, don't we? Yes, we do. Because I'm still struggling with imposter syndrome sometimes, because I'm like, in my business, oh my God, I've seen somebody else have a better website. I don't care. I did my own website. Boom. They probably paid somebody else $10,000 to do their website. I did mine for the free. And then guess what? That means now I can do somebody else's website, because I took the time to learn how to do it. Now I can help you update your website, refresh your website, or add some web pages for you. Done. That's all I got to say. Now, for me, this is going to sound dumb, but I was watching the movie Morning Glory. If you've not seen it, it's the young lady. She gets fired from her job as a producer on a local news station, and she tries to go find a job. She finds one in New York for a failing morning show, and she basically turns it around. But you see her struggle of her trying and her trying and her trying and her trying. When I watched that movie for the first time, it was like a aha moment for me, because I see this girl, I'm like, dang, she failed because she didn't have this or she didn't have that. And then it was like, no, she actually didn't fail. It was just somebody else. They gave it to somebody because of who it was, because of who they knew or whatever. But when she gets the job and she gets the opportunity, she doesn't stop. She kept going. She kept pushing. And it was just like, in that moment, I don't know why it just clicked for me, but it was like, just keep going. Just keep trying. Like, she was failing as she was doing it. But then one day she was just like, you know what? Let's just go crazy with it and see what we get. And everything started going higher and higher and higher and higher for her until maybe the Today Show called her and was like, we want you. But her perseverance and her resilience, which I know I have in myself, but imposter syndrome was just real loud for a long time, was the reason why I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. And then, of course, I was like, okay, I'm doing it. I was doing everything, and I wasn't seeing the results. And instead of me pivoting like I should have, that fear of failure crept in and started talking. Imposter syndrome had left for a while, but the fear of failure started talking. And sometimes in the fear of failing, you just stop trying. So I was at church, and I was listening to a sermon. And the sermon wasn't about failing or trying. I think it was just about trusting God, that God gives us gifts that we are supposed to use, and you can use it. And a missionary told me years ago, your gift will make room for you. So I heard the sermon. I really didn't think much about it, but then I had a dream. I saw a future of myself being successful and accomplishing everything that I need to accomplish. And I was just like, oh, it's time to go. It's time to kick this thing in gear, because you need to be working. And the way that I felt so much peace from this dream was amazingly wild to me. I was at peace with, it's okay to fail, because once you fail, you learn something from that failure and then you do something different. And I was just, my level of determination got so strong that I was just like, nothing can deter me. And I was like, it's time to let go of failing. Like, it's okay, like I said, to fail. Learn something from it. Don't get stuck in, oh, I failed. Because the first time that I was like, I'm going to just step out on faith with my business, I sent out so many different things to churches. And I was just like, wow, this is amazing that I'm not getting any responses. I got one, and he looked at one thing and was like, we can't afford that. But I was like, I have individual things if you need it. Like, if you need a graphic design, it's just like $75. He saw $300 and just lost his mind. He's like, we can't afford that. And I was like, but I have other services. You don't have to just do the packages. And I think when I was saying that to him, I didn't take into account he's an older person and they only see certain things. But what I didn't explain to him, because I had to learn from this failure, is if you invest your money and your time with me, this is what you're going to get out of it. We're going to track your progress. We're going to grow your church, your ministry. We're going to grow all of these things. And I had to take a couple of months to sit back and was like, well, I had to lick my wounds, because I'm human. I have my emotions. I had to feel my feelings. And now I'm like, let's revamp my website. Because when I looked at my website as if I was a potential customer, my website didn't tell them people what you were going to get. It didn't even tell them how we were going to do what we were doing. And then I was like, I need to establish a chain of, look at my website, book a call with me. Let's have a conversation. Am I a right fit for you? I was so concerned about trying to make money, but I'm like, maybe I'm not a right fit for them and they're not a right fit for me. And then also, I had a meeting with someone else, and it was just like, well, she was like, well, I do this, I do this, I do this. She was all over the place. She herself did not know what her brand or her voice was. And I was like, I don't think I want to deal with it, but I'm going to have to deal with it. I'm going to have to send her another text message and an email and say, hey, let's have a virtual call in the evening once you're done with work, not while you're at work, because this is going to take a while. These calls that I have, like, I'm reestablishing myself, because sometimes instead of being perfect, let's be at peace. Because now I have a peace, like, okay, going into this is how I should handle this situation. Now going into this with pastors, because that was eye-opening for me business-wise, they need something different than an entrepreneur, and entrepreneurs need something different from a small business. Like, that's my niche. If you didn't know, you can always go check out my website, www.thoughtswithdee.com. I'm just saying. But the business side, I was like, oh, everybody needs something different. I got to cater to the different audiences. I was trying to do a one size fits all. One size does not fit all. I definitely know it don't fit me, but I had to learn this. And instead of me trying to be perfect about it, I now have peace. Instead of worrying about, oh, this isn't perfect. That's perfectly fine. If you see a typo, tell me so I can fix it. Now, like I said before, for me, content creation, I was like, it has to be perfect. A lesson I learned: stop re-recording your content. Because I think for my first YouTube video, I re-recorded that thing at least 10 times. At least 10 times. I was like, the lighting is wrong. The lighting is off. It looks like somebody punched me in my eyes. Yes, I have low iron, so I have to deal with looking like a raccoon from time to time. And I was like, oh my God, I need to put on makeup for every video. Child, you're going to catch me in my naturalness. If I happen to have on makeup when I'm filming a video that day, then that's what you're going to see. But I want to make sure that I'm always authentic. So I stopped re-recording videos. Another thing that I have stopped doing is having unrealistic expectations. Because I want the miracles of old that the Bible talks about, where it just happens suddenly. Can it happen suddenly? Absolutely. But it's still going to take hard work. It's still going to take me actually doing something, getting up off the couch, putting this phone down. I ain't got to be on social media all day. Because at one point I was scrolling all day. I was like, why am I on TikTok for 5 hours? And yes, because my phone told me, you've been playing games and on social media for 5 to 10 hours a day. Baby, what was I doing? But I was hiding. And because it's easier to play those and do those instead of acknowledging that perfectionism I was trying to accomplish wasn't happening. But now I spend time, honestly, anywhere from 10 to 12 hours on building my business, building my brand, versus spending it on social media. I let go of the unrealistic expectations that everything should look perfect, that everything should just be A-okay. It's not going to happen. I'm having to learn how to pivot when the idea that I came up with or the concept I came up with isn't necessarily working. And that's okay. But the number one thing I have learned is to stop overthinking everything. Overthinking is also related to perfectionism, fear of failure, imposter syndrome. Like, babe, they're all in the same family. But instead of overthinking it to the point where I am paralyzed with fear, start overdoing it. I record these videos because I want to help people. Do they look like I am at a production studio and you're watching a Marvel movie? Absolutely not. Because do I have Marvel budget? No. Because if I did, I would be making some different types of films. I want to do a documentary. I want to be an action figure, action star, whatever. That's what I would be doing if I had Marvel movie money. But I don't. I have my own budget and I stay in my lane. I'm not unrealistic about what my camera can do. Because it can do as much or as little as need be. If you can't see the visual, you can hear the audio. You're going to hear something from me. But you have to be realistic. Stop overthinking. At this point, just start doing. Be like Nike. Just do it. Just sit in front of that camera, talk to that camera, record that video, record that podcast, edit, upload it, and call it a day. Start that business if you want to start that business. hey, with my business, I'm stop overthinking it. I'm going to now start sending out targeted audiences because I'm like, oh, I'm just trying to stay in the state that I live in. I have seen so many churches that I could help or possibly help, and I would love to help them that don't live here. I can send you a letter in the mail. I can send you an email once I find the contact information for you. Or if you don't have it, guess what I can do? I'm going to find a number or address because Google got it. I can, boop, does it have a phone number to come up? Hey, I'm so and so and so. I would love to help you. I've seen your ministry. I want to help it grow. All it takes is one time of not being lazy, not being scared, not saying that I can't do this because somebody does it better, for you to fight perfectionism and accept the piece of I am perfectly imperfect, and that is fine. That's all it takes. So, question for y'all. What is it that you're going to stop overthinking about and actually start doing? Now, I will tell you this. If you're going to do it scared. I do it scared all the time. I do it, I don't know how this is going to work, but I have enough confidence in myself to say I can do it. Pep yourself up. Be your own cheerleading squad. There is nothing wrong with cheering for yourself and telling yourself you got this. I know a lot of people say fake it till you make it. You gonna make it. You ain't gonna have to always fake it. But I will say this also, find your why. Find the why you're doing this. I know for my businesses, I want to see the little people grow. The small churches, the small businesses, the solopreneurs who have no idea about social media. They're on it, but they don't know how to maximize it to their potential. I want to help you grow. I have a desire to help people. That's my why. But I want to help you and also still be compensated for the skills that I have to help you. And sometimes people just want free. Most times people just want free. But I know my worth and I know my skills. And I can help you. But you can also pay me. I'm not charging $1 billion. I'm actually quite affordable. So if you know anybody that needs digital marketing or anything like that, go check out my website. And then also book a consultation call with me. 45 minutes can change your life. But I will say this. Choose peace of mind over perfection any day. And I'll catch y'all next time here at Thoughts With Dee.